So today we are going to be balancing the masculine and feminine energies within ourselves. And yeah, we're going to get right into it because this morning I noticed that I needed to do that for myself. And the left side of the brain, the left side of the brain is connected to the right side of the body. The right side of the brain is connected to the left side of the body. And so I think it's flipped on the camera, so you might see it opposite, but we are going to focus, for myself, I needed to focus on the feminine side and to give the masculine side a break. And I noticed that my right shoulder tends to hurt a lot, and it's like this is the right side, which is connected to the left side of my brain, is the masculine side. And it's like, oh, that's interesting that I've been in my masculine energy a lot. I feel like it's kind of taken over. And so letting the masculine take a break when it needs to. And yeah, and so the way to focus more on the feminine. And so some exercises that we're going to do today that I did this morning is putting your hands into like a prayer pose and focusing your energy on your left hand if you're wanting to focus on the feminine side, and letting the feminine move the opposite hand. So I'm going to let my left hand move my right hand, and so the feminine is going to be moving the masculine. And just kind of playing with that, and so going one direction and then even pulling back, still the feminine pulling back, and the feminine is pushing and the feminine is pulling also, and kind of feeling that, like the difference between the masculine pushing or pulling and the feminine pushing and the feminine pulling. And you can do that both directions, so the feminine's pulling again and the feminine's pushing. And even, yeah, so just going back and forth that way, but noticing the energy, noticing how it feels.
Sorry, I will interrupt the video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll be out in a little bit. Okay. So, and so so moving back and forth and just doing that and seeing how it feels with your feminine side. And one thing that I was noticing this morning was that my feminine side didn't need to be like pushing real hard on my masculine side. It's like there's still that power there. There's the power to push, the power to pull, but it's not having to be like like really, really strong, like pushing really, really hard. It's like I'm still moving the masculine side of myself, pushing and pulling, but there's like this calm, peaceful pushing versus like this aggressive push. So that was really interesting to notice that, and feeling my brain working as my hand is doing that, because we're working the brain as well as the body. And so that's one exercise that you can do. And I also was switching up my hands as far as like up this way and pushing down, pulling up, and remembering to breathe because it's very easy to hold our breath. And noticing where there's any tension. and doing this for as long as you feel like you're needing. And if you're needing to switch up and do the masculine as well and letting the masculine push and pull. But today for myself, my masculine has already been, working out quite hard lately, and so I needed to let my feminine kind of take control a little bit. And so those are a few things that you can do as far as like moving your hands up and down and forward and back, and focusing on the energy, focusing on your breath. And yes, I'm trying to think if there was anything else, because I was doing that this morning and decided to do this video. One thing I was thinking also of, okay, yes, I'm right-handed. A lot of people are right-handed. There's a lot of left-handed people, but I'm right-handed, and so I am reaching a lot with my right hand to do things, and I instantly, today I'm like, oh, no, like I want to do, I want to do it a different way. Like this side is bothering me, and so just kind of, I feel like even making that intention of, okay, yes, I am right-handed, and I am going to reach for things with my right hand, but if I'm consciously thinking about that and not necessarily using my left hand, but thinking about it and maybe doing it in a way that feels like it's more in the feminine energy versus the masculine energy. So that's something to kind of take note of if you're wanting to focus more on exercising that feminine energy. And Maurice, my cat, is scratching, so I think that he will say hello. And he will say hello, and I think with that I'm going to go because it's kind of a noisy thing. But yeah, so that is today's video, and I will see you guys next time. And that's my right hand, so I'm gonna switch.